Welcome back everyone, it's Evanhusa57 here. I am back on Neverwinter on the Xbox One in what is affectionately known as Mod 10.5, aka the Sea of Moving Ice, and today I will be here to teach you about fishing. So like the title of the video says, how to fish in Sea of Moving Ice, I'm going to go over everything that you need to know in one place about fishing here in the Sea of Moving Ice. If you haven't seen my previous video on what to do, it's very simple. Simply unlock the zone, do the quests to get your dailies here. That's going to give you your kayak. You should have a green kayak. You'll also gain a fishing pole. The next thing you're going to need to do is buy bait. You can buy these lugworms for 10 silver a piece. You can have pretty much as many of them as you want in your inventory. They actually show up under your riches tab. There's a special currencies bait, and you'll see I have two types of bait. I have lugworms and I have krill. Those are the two types of bait that you can get. The krill is bait that you get by completing your daily tasks. So whatever your daily quests are, if you complete them, you will gain krill. Don't worry about that. If you're just watching this video and you're brand new, the lugworms work just fine. I'll cover the differences between the two bait coming up. Now you will look and see I've been all over this map. You can technically fish anywhere on the map, but there are certain points that will yield you certain types of rewards. So you're going to want to figure out which points you need. I'm going to go out here, so give me a minute to make my way to the ocean. If you are unsure if you have a kayak and fishing pole, simply open your inventory and go over to useful items. They should be down at the bottom. As you can see, I have the basic kayak, the simple fishing pole, and I have the ice hunter's kayak. All of these you get simply by doing the quests. There is a epic fishing pole and a epic kayak that you get by fishing maps in a bottle. They're a little bit hard to get. You can also buy the maps in a bottle if you so choose to do. Now, when you're out fishing, you're going to look for several different things. You'll look up in the sky for the birds, and you'll also look on the water to see a blue ring with fish jumping. And I almost thought that guy was a dragon turtle for a second. So if you fish in these circles, you will obtain higher quality fish. Each circle has a list of different fish that drop from it, different ranks and everything like that, which we'll cover here in a second. I am going to proceed to a different fishing spot. So give me 1 minute. Alright, we are approaching my fishing spot. Just personal preference as to where you want to go. It seems like a low pop instance works better. Not 100% sure on that. Still doing some testing. As you can see, there's another person out here fishing already. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, you're probably wondering, how do I fish? I can't fish. Very simple. If you have bait, press RB, and you can cycle through your bait. I have two different types. I have the worm bait and I have the krill bait. First, I will use the worm bait just to show you. So select it, pull the right trigger to cast. You'll notice in the middle of your screen where the action point gem normally would be, it says wait. And you basically sit here and eat some popcorn, freeze your butt off until it says fish hooked. And then you pull the left trigger to catch it and press the X, Y, and B buttons corresponding to whichever arrow is lit up, and this way you will work on filling up that meter where the action point gem it would normally be, and you can tell what type of fish you're going to catch based upon the Roman numeral that is then displayed over that meter. When the meter is full, which can sometimes take a minute depending on the grade of fish, you press up on your D-pad and you will catch the fish. Then it goes into your inventory like so. I caught a Arctic skate from this place, and they have a nice little cool description. Like I said, every circle has a different one. Now there are different types of fish that you can catch. There are basically rank 1, rank 2, rank 3, rank 4, and rank 5 fish, all determined by the Roman numeral. Also, the color is different on them, so you will know immediately what fish you are going to be pulling when you catch one. Now, the lower the rank of the fish, the easier it is to reel in, but the less amount of points that it's worth. There are also specific fish that can be gutted, which are a variant of the rank 4 fish. You can also fish map in a bottle, which show up as a 0, or basically just a dash, a Roman numeral that's just a dash, and they're very, very easy fish to catch. Technically, they consider them a fish, but they're, a map in a bottle. So, like that, I'm just going to reel in these viper fish for a bit, keep going here, and you'll see me switch baits in a minute, but this is basically what you do. Now, there is a common misconception going around that you can actually fish without using bait, and I am going to show you that that is not true. So be careful if you see anywhere on the forums or guild or anybody tell you that you can fish and not consume your bait, because that is false. That is not true. I actually tested it, and yeah, it doesn't work. So I'm going to show you how much bait I have. I have 163 worms. I'm still using the worm bait. I'm going to go ahead and cast my line and show you that it automatically, as soon as you cast, consumes one piece of bait. So the rumor was, if you hooked a fish and it was a fish that you didn't want, like this rank 3 fish, I don't want it, I can move my kayak slightly and it'll unhook the fish. Well, the rumor was it would not consume your bait. However, that is not true. It will consume your bait. Now, I'm going to fish with the krill, which there is no way yet to buy more krill. You have to just do your dailies, and that makes it more than a little bit annoying, to say the least, because krill will yield you a chance to catch between rank 1 and rank 5 fish, where lugworm only yields chances of 1 to rank 4 fish. Now, what some people may get upset with me for saying, but frankly, I'm tired of people saying that they're going to quit the game because they can't figure out what they need to do. That's why I'm here to help you. There are actually several different variants of the rank 4 fish. There are some rank 4 fishes that are regular, and there are some rank 4 fishes that have an additional option outside of inspect. So I just landed a vent diver. Really ugly ass looking fish, if you ask me. I'm gonna go ahead and put him in my inventory, and you can see this the ability of the vent diver to freely move between the warm, noxious waters near the thermal vents and other environments is believed to be related to. Anyways, basically, I have the option to open said fish. Open. I just gained a reagent for my artifact weapons. Those reagents can be sold if they are not needed. Now remember, specific fish will come from specific spots around the map, and they can only be fished at those specific spots. So you're going to want to check and see what your weapon needs before you just go wasting your krill in some random spot. Now, people have told me that they have caught the rank 4 guttable or openable fish off of just using the lugworms. I have not had that luck yet. I have personally only caught guttable fish while using the krill bait. If it's possible to catch them without the krill, I haven't been able to do it. Now, the krill bait is also the only bait that will allow you to catch the purple epic rank 5 fish. Those are not guttable, but if you care about your collections or anything like that, then you'll want them. Now, I just hooked a map in a bottle, which is very weird because I have never hooked a map in a bottle with krill before. I've only ever hooked the map in a bottle with the lugworm, so I guess it is possible to hook a map in a bottle with krill. What I did land with krill before was actually this goblin shark. Now, I would recommend that you hold on to them because they're only worth 100 points, and they kind of seem like it's not really worth the aggravation of getting an epic fish if it's only worth 100 points. Because I'm going to try and keep fishing here until I'm out of krill and see if I land another epic fish, but they are very, very hard to land. Like, epic fishes are incredibly difficult to pull in with the starting fishing pole. Now, once you go through and you do more in the campaign, you'll have the ability to buy from the campaign store back on the mainland a green fishing pole that fishes 20% faster, or you can open these map in a bottle that you get, and then you can go treasure hunting, which is like a in-game mini game, and when you dig up the treasure, you have a chance of getting the epic kayak, the epic fishing pole, refinement, reagents, all kinds of stuff. Basically, all kinds of useful items. You can also get into a big group if you just want to move around and deplete these areas quickly, because these areas will deplete after a while, and then you'll have to move on to another location. So if you want to just circle and get a bunch of random different types of fish, you can do that as well. It's totally personal preference. Now, there is a tiny bit of a cooldown from when you land a fish to when you can recast. If you just keep pulling the right trigger immediately after landing a fish trying to recast, it's going to give you an error message saying that you must be idle with bait equipped in order to fish. So if you get that message, that's why. Or you don't have any more bait. Now, there is several glitches that I wish to make you aware of because they can be really annoying. One, keep an eye on how much bait you have, because if you get down to one piece of bait, use it, and then have no bait left, you will have the exact same glitch. It will say no other bait, and it will not allow you to fish anymore. You will literally have to go to land, get out of your kayak, get back on your kayak, and then it will let you switch the type of bait again. I don't know why it does that. It's just really annoying. Also, while on a kayak, you cannot switch active powers. You cannot use active items. So anything in your spell tray, you cannot use it, even if it's a health potion, which is really annoying because it is possible to take damage. And your health regeneration does not work while on a kayak. So you'll see that I'm missing about 6,000 health, 8,000 health, something like that. I cannot regen it no matter how long I sit on this kayak. The other thing is your companions will technically be unsummoned while you are on this kayak. So if for some reason you happen to queue for a skirmish or a dungeon or something while you're fishing, whenever you get into that dungeon, you will actually have to re-queue your companion. You'll have to resummon it. So like right now, it says my companion's unsummoned because I'm on the kayak. Now, if you go to land, your companion will automatically be resummoned for you. It's just a weird glitch that you can't summon your companion automatically when you go into a dungeon after queuing from wherever you are in the instance. So really, really weird, really strange. It's just there's a bunch of unknowns when it comes to the fishing right now, like whether or not you can actually catch the guttable fish with the lugworms or LUG worm, whatever you want to pronounce it as. I personally have gone through 300 of those, so I've spent over 100 gold fishing, and I have yet to get one of those with a worm. So personally, I don't think it's possible. I think it's only possible to do with krill, but maybe somebody out there has actually gotten one of these with a regular worm. It would be nice to know. If you have, let me know. I'm definitely interested in finding out if anybody else, maybe on PC, has had luck with the worms before. Since on console, at the time I'm recording this, we've literally only had this update for 2 days. And that's why I'm going through and giving you this information because, well, let's just say that most of the people, even in my guild, and people that I talked to in Zone, they had no idea what was going on. Now, one thing to keep in mind is when you are using krill, you can still catch rank 1 fish, as you just seen me pull. So just because you are using your krill bait does not mean that you are guaranteed to catch a rank 3 or 4 or 5 fish, but it just unlocks the possibility for you to catch the rank 5 fish, and it seems like it unlocks the possibility for you to catch the rank 4 guttable fish. I don't know for 100% certainty what the catch rate is. I did look at the epic poll, and it did not increase your catch rate. It only increased your reel speed, which would be very nice because when you start catching the rank 4 and 5 fish, they can actually time out. So that is something for you to keep in mind. If you do not fill up that meter quick enough, the fish will get away. If you do not pull the left trigger fast enough after it says fish is hooked, the fish will get away. If you do not press up on the D-pad fast enough after filling up that meter in the middle of your screen, the fish will get away. And even if a fish gets away, it counts as a use for the fishing spot that you're at. So just keep that in mind. I've heard some people say changing instance helps. I've heard some people say changing bait helps. It's kind of all tinfoil hat theory at the moment. Nobody actually knows for certainty what makes a difference when it comes to fishing. All I can recommend is because of the distance that you have to go to find a fishing spot, you have plenty of bait on hand when you're fishing. So you may not even want to fish every day. You may only want to fish, maybe a couple times a week. But you can do that. It's completely up to you. The bait stacks, krill stacks, the worm stack. Bait doesn't go bad, which is nice. It doesn't have like an expiration timer on it or a death timer or something like that, because that would suck if you had to use the bait like within a certain amount of time. And that's pretty much it for fishing. There is a heroic encounter that I'm going to mention to you. It spawns right about there, and you actually have to catch 600 weight worth of fish. Not 600 fish, but 600 weight worth of fish, which doesn't sound like a lot, but you have to do it while a dragon turtle is defending the area. So it can get pretty crazy. Supposedly people have gotten really good rewards from that heroic, but it is not a normal heroic that most people farm. It's not on the list, the same 3 that most people farm, so it's going to be kind of something that you have to wait and see, try it, let me know what kind of rewards you get from it. Personally, I've done it twice now, and I just got a rank 5 enchantment in Von and Blood. Maybe I had bad luck. I don't really know. I'm going to use up the rest of this krill bait, and then that will pretty much conclude the video. I was hoping that I would actually get a epic fish, and I can show you how hard it is to fight to land an epic fish, because it is pretty difficult to do so. So while I'm waiting, I want to discuss one thing that was brought up on my last video, and that was the fact that a person mentioned it would be nice if the ocean or the water moved you. So basically that there was current in the ocean, and that would be nice, except for the fact that while you're fishing, if you move at all, you lose your bait and you lose your fish. So therefore it really wouldn't be that good to have a current in the ocean, in addition to the fact that, well, it would make fishing more difficult. It would just make the entire area more difficult. So here we go. This is a rank 5 fish. This is literally the hardest fish to catch, and I may not land it because you have to be perfect on your timing or it will get away. As you can see, it is the progress bar is filling up very, very slow. And this is the same way for every fish. So you really have to watch that meter and let go of the button as soon as it changes. Otherwise, your fishing progress meter will go down like it just did there because I hit the wrong button. And the button keeps changing. Keep that in mind. It's random. It's not the same every time. It's not the same for every person. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Let me get it, let me get it, let me get it. Almost, almost, and got it. Say hello to my second goblin shark. So that is how you land one of those bad boys. And I have 5 pieces of bait left. I'm going to just use those 5 pieces of bait real quick. I want to see if I happen to get another guttable fish. But as you can see, it is not guaranteed. The guttable fish are very rare to get, and it is kind of annoying that way. Simply because the rank 5 fish are not guttable. It's only specific types of rank 4 fish, yet you can still pull rank 1, 2, and 3 fish, even now, as you've seen me do, a map in a bottle, which isn't really that bad. I mean, I'll take the map in a bottle. I'm not going to complain about that. Last couple pieces of bait, please bear with me. I'm really hoping for another guttable fish. I have 3 casts after this, because you get about 20 or 25 krill per day from doing your dailies. So you basically have 25 chances to catch a guttable fish. I've got 1 guttable fish and 2 maps in a bottle so far, which is actually surprising because up until doing this video, I really had crappy luck getting the map in a bottle. So I'm kind of excited that I have the map in a bottle now. Wow, I just got another map in a bottle. Okay. Like, I want the map in a bottle, but I want to get the map in a bottle with my lugworms, not my krill. I'd rather land guttable fish with my krill. 2 pieces of krill left. Also, if anybody from PC knows the exact fish catch percent, let me know. Especially if you've done like an actual test. I would really appreciate it because I'm trying to kind of compile data and see if we can determine what the actual chance of getting said fish is, especially a guttable one. So here's my last piece of krill bait. Let's see what I get off of it. Unfortunately, this is a very slow process. Alright, here we go. I got a rank 4 fish. Now, the disappointing thing is, while using the krill bait, it is still possible to get a rank 4 non-guttable fish. And that's kind of a letdown since there's no other way to get krill bait. Since there's a very limited amount of krill bait that you can have, it's very annoying that you can waste it. But then again, that's why the resources are costly, is because they're rare to get. And they were designed to be rare to get. As you've seen, I just landed a Arctic skate. So I literally just landed the same type of fish that I can land with a lugworm, even though I was using krill. And now you'll see that I cannot fish anymore. This is the glitch that I told you I ran into, because it says I have no other bait. Yet I have 158 bait, and it says I must be idle with bait applied. So if you run into this glitch, what you must do is find the nearest piece of land, and you must go onto that land so that you exit your kayak, and then you need to get back on your kayak and go out on the water. At this point, it will let you continue fishing with the remainder of whatever bait you have. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, comments, strategies, anything like that, please feel free to leave a comment. You can also follow me on Facebook if you need to get a hold of me quickly. Otherwise, just leave the comment. Hopefully the video helped. If you did find the video interesting or helpful, please leave a like and share the video. This way more players will not be discouraged by the initial thought of how hard it is to farm the reagents that you need. One last thing, you can actually take damage, as you've seen me do right there. So just keep that in mind, that you can take damage if you jump onto the water from a high height. Until next time, have fun fishing and stay frosty.